Alrighty, so another big thing that happened in the rugby world this weekend, this past weekend, was the Six Nations. And we saw a couple of big results there, including the Ireland win over England at Twickenham. A couple of the other results: France put Italy to the sword. France are head and shoulders above anyone else in this tournament right now. They dispatched Ireland in the first game of the tournament, and then they've sort of not really. I mean, they had Wales, and now they've had Italy, so they haven't really. They've still got two tough games to go, including Scotland and England on the last day. So a test for them still to come. But so far they're looking all good. Scotland finally got over the line against Wales. They had to really work for it. They were behind for most of the match, and then a bit of Finn Russell magic sort of got them going again late on, and they snatched the win from Wales. From Wales' point of view, it's hard to sort of know what this means. Really, they got have they turned a corner? Who knows? It really does depend what sort of Scottish team showed up last weekend. Was it the one that beat England, or was it the one that lost to Italy? Because if Scotland, obviously Scotland are no slouches, but they haven't exactly been the most consistent team. So we're still waiting to see if Wales have turned a corner. So a big question mark still over them. All right, so now let's get into the big Ireland win at Twickenham on the weekend. So this was a great game for Ireland, and it put England right back in their place. Like I've struggled to believe in the hype around this England team. Like, yes, they've created some depth, but a lot of their wins I felt came at like opportune times for them. They caught a New Zealand team at the end of their tour, or New Zealand team and an Argentinian team at the end of their tour last year. Um, both tired. The All Blacks pretty had a lot of issues. They sacked their coach about 2 weeks. Well, that was their second last game before they sacked their coach. That says a lot about the team, really. So, they did travel to Argentina earlier in the year and got a series win down there. That was impressive. I don't want to take everything away from England. They did have some good wins, but I just think the fact that they're right behind the Springboks, and it's a bit too much, and they finally got put in their place. Ireland, on the other hand, I think have been totally gotten wrong. Like, yes, they've hit some trouble times. I think the year that Andy Farrell took out to go take on the Lions might have done a lot of damage to them. But this team is, I mean, that performance on the weekend just shows what this team's capable of. And it's nice to see a little bit of depth. Like I'm not saying they've got loads and loads of depth, but there's a couple of guys there, McCloskey and Balakune, who aren't necessarily like big parts of that Irish team over the last few years, getting a run and looking incredible. Like, they were both excellent. Two of the better players on the pitch. Crowley as well. A lot of talk about who's going to be the 10 for Ireland, Crowley or Prendergast, and I thought Crowley was good. But maybe the best thing for Crowley was the fact that we're not talking about him. Like the game, Ireland smashed them. Let the scoreline do the talking, kind of thing. Crowley just put his head down, did the basics right, and did a really good job, I thought. So yeah, that's really great. And then Jameson Gibson Park. I mean, I've never really appreciated the guy until this game. Like, I would put that performance, like, I was thinking about it before, that performance is like the top 5 halfback performances I've ever seen. And then I tried to think about the other 4 halfback performances I've seen, and I couldn't. And by that logic, it's like the best halfback performance I've ever seen. I thought it was excellent. Like, it was on par with like Dupont. Um, but no one's talking about it because his name's not Dupont and he's not French. Um, but yeah, just that, like, to start things off, that tap, that quick tap. when they got the penalty and just caught everyone off guard. No one even laid a finger on him. I mean, that's how quick he was. No one laid a finger on him when he scored that try. Um, he set up countless others. His kicking game was great. His passing game is always great. And then to top it off, the thing that really got me impressed was like that in the second half, just before he got taken off, Ireland had that turnover around the halfway line, and Gibson Park's just off the ruck a little bit, yelling, screaming for the ball. He gets it. He's already seen the space, kicks it deep, chases, gets to the guy, makes the tackle, gets back on his feet, and then forces the penalty. And I mean, that's just, he was one step ahead of everyone the entire game. It was so impressive. Yeah, he's just incredible performance. And this Irish team, like, I just don't buy into the golden generation being over. You look at their forward pack. There's one or two guys in there that are getting close to the end of their careers, but this team still has the legs in it to get to a World Cup. And I honestly think like they're going to be. It doesn't matter what's happened up until now. Like, now starts after that win as the catalyst to like push this team to peak perfectly for the next World Cup. And let me say one thing, right? The next All Black game, the next time, sorry, the All Blacks defend the Eden Park record is going to be against Ireland in the Nations Cup. And oh boy, that's going to be a massive game, especially the last time Ireland went to New Zealand, they won the series, right? They pretty much embarrassed New Zealand, and then they went out on the piss after that. They won it in Wellington, in Courtney Place, and just rubbed everyone's faces in it. It was embarrassing to be a New Zealander, and they're going to go there having good memories in their head, and that's going to be a really tough game for New Zealand. Like, I'd almost rather play like South Africa there, just purely because of recent games in New Zealand. Well, not Wellington, but in Auckland, where New Zealand has taken on South Africa at Eden Park and beaten them. Yeah, it's going to be a massive game, and I almost could see Ireland doing it, and that would be like the perfect statement game and like catalyst for them to just push into the next World Cup. And yeah, scare a lot of teams.